Okay. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome. Yep. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome. So, a nice trading day today. Let's go over my day. I'm up 5 grand, and yeah, a pretty nice day, I must say. I took NQ longs pre-market on one of my. I got a new top one futures account, so I made some bucks there, and basically trading off pre-market lows, and I really like the bounce up to the New York session view up. So that was the reason for that trade. And then I took a loss on YM long. So it was fighting view up, I must admit, but I like the longs off opening range. Plus getting back above New York session view up and trying to play to the opposite side. As soon as we flush the opening range low, I get out of it, and then I get a long off the lows again, back up through the New York session view app. Now, in hindsight, I probably am fighting the trend for the day. My H4 screener says majority of the data is telling me that I need to be looking for majority of the time short. So a little bit of a tougher day, but this only became more bearish now after the first hour. We are trading lower on the Nasdaq now, clearly making lower highs. And I actually took a short on that GoChamp account start of the new week. I took a short on that GoChamp account, so that's up quite nicely today. I'm actually have a look over here. That is up. I think it's like $300 or something like that. So again, make sure to go check out GoChamp, the free competition based accounts with upside potential. And then I actually am up. What am I up here at the moment? I'm up $381 on this account on the Nasdaq and ES short. So that's my day today so far. It doesn't look like we are looking too hot. Tesla was up 3% at one stage, but now we are pulling back a bit. So yeah, nothing too pressing my side at the moment that I'm really looking for. Yeah. Any questions in the chat right now? Cool. So yeah, at the moment I'm seeing continued shorts right now. Nasdaq is at trading a low of day, but we are. I wouldn't like the level at the moment where we're trading at towards, because this is pre-market lows at the minute. So, a nice short entry where I got the NQ shorts and that on the GoChamp competition-based accounts was over here, back down towards the lows. I think that's probably the money trade. But as we can see at the minute, I'm up nicely on the day on my main accounts. I took a payout yesterday. So yeah, just taking it one day at a time, I think has suited me well. Let's go to my year to date as well. I'm up 47 grand. Feb was a lot smaller month because I sized down on the road traveling, but this month back up to full size and going along really, really nicely. Yeah. Perfect. Any questions in the chat right now, guys? It looks like I'm live to my YouTube and Twitter, as well as Go Charts as well. So it's going along really, really nicely. So yeah, nice, a nice winning day today. How can I use VAP on the H1 time frame? I'm in a USD short targeting 24 to 50. Need extra confirmations though. Okay, that's a good question. Let's have a look. So hourly time frame, you can use VWAP. How I use VWAP on the hourly is I kind of use the weekly VWAP. So weekly VWAP would be where you would want to be targeting 24,800 would be your first level of support. That is also previous day's lows. So how I kind of use VWAP on the higher time frames is I use the weekly VWAP. And what we are doing right now is we are actually trading above the weekly VWAP. And then I also do use a 5-day SMA for my high time frame confirmation. So my high time frames, I'm kind of using it must US 30 short, you mean 44 250. We at 44,250. Are you talking about NQ or USD, which is YM? What trend is gold in at the moment? Let's have a look at that. So again, as I said, like how we can use a higher time frame, or how I use higher time frame trenders, I use a 5-day SMA with the weekly view app. US30 YM is actually okay. So NASDAQ, yeah, that would be the better pricing. NASDAQ again, we're coming off of this 5-day SMA, and the weekly view app would be a target to trade towards. So I personally use a 5-day SMA with the weekly view app. Right now, we are trading above the weekly view app on the NASDAQ, but we are coming off of this 5-day SMA. So I think the shorts do look good. Depends where your stop is at. Where's your stop on that? And then let's have a look at gold, since you're asking what trend gold is in. I mean, at the moment, it's a pretty tough one. I would say we're consolidating. We are trading above the weekly view app and above the 5-day SMA, which is this black line coming across my screen. This is an hourly chart that you're asking me how I use hourly levels and high time frames. So I would say we're kind of in a range. We haven't really done much since this massive drop on the 3rd of March. We've just been trading within this range. So I would say it's a little bit more of a trickier trend right now, but intraday it is down because we are trading underneath the daily view app, right? This is a 5-minute chart. We're trading underneath that daily view app. So yes, intraday we are bearish. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still up on the day, interestingly enough. And that we are actually up. Yeah, we are actually up above 70K. Cool. So I'm just sitting on my hands right now. I'll stop at 25,100. Okay, let's have a look. 25,100 on NQ. 25,100. Yeah, I mean, if you're going with like a swing player above 25,200, that's a great stop loss. I personally like that. Yeah. I mean, if you go to the hourly time frame, your stop. So you're in a trade like this. Where's your entry price? So you'd be in a trade like that with a stop at 25,200. I mean, obviously it's a big stop in terms of futures trading, but if you got a nice position size to take it back down to these lows, I actually like that from a swing trading perspective, 100%. We're coming off of this 5-day SMA, and also what I do use on the high time frames as well is the previous week's highs and lows. Okay, so previous week's highs and lows is a big one that I like to use as well. And we are coming off of it at the minute. So yeah, I like that. Any more questions in the chat? Actually, as I said, make sure to go check out GoChamp, their tournament-based accounts. I'll put the link in the chat over there for that. But yeah, up on that account today. So pretty nice platform that they got here. But yeah, free, and you have upside potential. I'm up 381 as we speak at the moment. Obviously, an account that you got to be more aggressive on because it is a tournament-based account, right? Cool. Entry was 25,065. That's a nice entry. I'm trading a real account. Blew my ear. Futures eval trade rate was vexing me. Okay, now. Nice. You're trading your own CFD account, I'm assuming, yeah? You sound like you're from South Africa, that language. So I like that for a swing play, 100%. Any questions in the chat? Any psychology-based questions? Cool. So we're just having a little bit of struggle here on NQ on that high time frame, but I would like if you are respecting those highs here, which is previous week's highs back at 25,250, and we could definitely see it move back down. I just think that at the moment we are trading at these pre-market lows here. If we go to a 15-minute time frame on NQ, we found a lot of support here at this level, especially after Monday's close. Yeah, so kind of like my just CFT from Swaziland. Hey, good to have you on, bro. I'm from South Africa. Just curious about your macro views for longer term holds. Lots of talk around moving back into metals versus stocks. Potentially. I mean, metals have been outperforming stocks. We actually had this chat earlier. Metals have been outperforming stocks on the longer term perspective. So if we put gold on the daily time frame over, let's compare, you push this button here at the top, let's compare QQQ. We can actually see that gold has been outperforming QQQ. So, I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest macro guy, I must say. I understand basic fundamentals and know how to make money using fundamentals, but I would say that, you know, to try and forecast everything like that is a difficult one. I do trade based on a bit of fundamentals as well, but I wouldn't say like that's the only reason I take trades. But gold metals have been outperforming the stocks more recently. Cool. So we can go over a little bit of some other things as well. But yeah, I hope that you guys are having a good day. Any trades at the moment? Gold's coming down. We can still see ES now. ES is looking a little bit more bearish here. We've taken out those pre-market lows at 770. And yeah, that's definitely looking a little bit more bearish at the minute. Yeah, ES is taking out these lows. Any questions in the chat, guys? Keep them coming. What is it, GoChamp? Tell us more. Yeah, good question. So GoChamp is a charting platform, okay, where they are offering free accounts with upside potential on their website to take the challenge and see if you can actually earn green and you can earn cash reward prizes from it, right? So sponsored by the CME, it is pretty cool. You can do it in South Africa as well. So I really, really like it for that. But yeah, yes, looks a bit more bearish though, but taking out those lows, NQ, you can still very much stuck here. I think if we take out these lows here on NQ at 24,900, we could definitely see back down to 800 and then moves lower. The DAX has also been performing pretty badly right now. On the DAX, we're currently sitting below the daily 200 EMA. We're 7% off all-time highs. So that's also another interesting one. So yeah, go check out GoChamp there. Link is in the chat there too. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like, and just turn on notifications. Yes, sir. Is that to my channel? Yeah, mine and GoChamp's channel. Make sure to check my channels out as well. My emailing list as well. I sent out an email to all guys today, so make sure to check that out. Okay, link. I'll put it in my link in bio there too. Okay. Yeah. So why I'm bouncing a little bit from these lows, as I said, I'm up on that GoChamp account, but it's pretty nice platform to use. Let's go back out to like a 15-minute. Gold, maybe we can actually see something on gold where we actually come down. But we are finding a little bit of support there too. I want to show you actually how you can take trades. So let's take a gold short position here. That's how you can enter, and it's pretty easy to actually use. Okay, I'm up on this account though today, of course. So yeah. See if we can, I just want to show you how you can execute trades on there. I did some, and I took those trades live. I live stream every single day on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribed. Yep. Thanks, man. Any tips for building your first strategy? It gets quite overwhelming considering price action, volume, momentum, and other components you add like VWAPs. I agree. You know, it can be very, very confusing. That's why, like, let me walk you through my daily like my daily simple way that I look at things from a daily perspective when I get to the trading desk. Let's go like this. Where's my trading plan? Let's go like that. I labeled it April, but it is still March. But basically, I got a lot of things that I do look at. But from a simple perspective, okay, plot pre-market highs and lows. It's the first thing that I do when I get to the desk every single day. From there, I plot the previous day's highs and lows. You guys have heard me speak about those levels on stream all the time. What news is there in the markets? For example, today there was CPI. What are stocks doing? If you're trading stock indexes and stocks, which I do, you got to know what's happening. Wait for the opening range to set. I use the first 15 minutes of the opening range, highs and lows. Where are the VWAPs? What is the high time frames doing? And then I take trades and manage risk. So that's my simple process. You can chart that down if you want. But that's my simple process for taking good quality trades. So that's what I do from a simple basis every single day. But obviously, I've been trading 9 years. So, you know, I think there's a saying that goes, only the game can teach you the game. And I think that's with trading. You know, you can only really learn the game from being involved. You know, I think it's as simple as that. Does that help what I've just shared there? So as I said, trying to take this gold short position here, but yeah. Perfect. I'm already up on the day on this account. I'm swinging quite hard. You can only take a maximum of 2 macros on the account, so it's nothing hectic. But just showing you, like, if you want to exit a trade, see you'll close it there. You want to resell again, you click the resell button there. So it's pretty easy. If you want to close all of your positions, exit all positions like that, pretty nice, right? Pretty simple. And it is sponsored by the CME group, right? So pretty cool. And you can get funded as well. Any questions there? What is your usual ROI with your strategy? Can you survive with 1-to-1? 100%. The stats that I have here from this year can sometimes be a bit misleading. I would say my average ROI is actually less than 1-to-1, but because sometimes I close winners in partials and then I close losses in full. But I would say my average risk reward ratio is closer to about 0.8 to 1, between 0.8 and 1 R. But my trade win percentage obviously makes up for that. So this is year to date. This is from the 1st of Jan to today, right? So I'd say as I said, I close in partials, so it does skew this data, but my win rate's pretty high. And you're right, it's time in the game. Yeah, agreed. You know, it is time in the game. Unfortunately, you know, it is what it is, right? But yeah, you can definitely survive with the 1-to-1 as long as your win rate's high enough and you don't. I'd say the biggest thing that I would say over here, if you look at let's have a look at my reports. Okay, the overview section. I would say the biggest thing is to have your average winning day similar to your average losing day. So you can see my average winning day is $1,900 and my average losing day is $1,700. So even from a trade to trade perspective, that doesn't really matter to me. It's average winning day to average losing day. And I think that the main thing what happens to traders, okay, the main thing that happens to traders is they have 4 winning days of $100 and all of a sudden they have a losing day of $600 and all of a sudden they're down on the week $200. They're up $400 over 4 days and then they have one losing day that wipes out all the gains and some. And that's what I look at: average winning day to average losing day. And you can see my average winning day is $1,900 and my average losing day is $1,700. And in terms of winning days and losing days this year, I've had 28 winning days and 5 losing days. So that will help, right? I think that's the key component. Instead of a trade to trade perspective, look at a daily perspective. Because if it takes you, if your average winning day is $100 and your average losing day is $300, you're going to take 3 winning days on average to claw back 1 losing day. And that's the problem. That is the problem. I want to ask another question. I know your stop loss is necessary, but I feel like it keeps getting hit. And then after it goes in my direction, how can I fix this? Widen your stop losses. Take smaller size, widen your stop losses. That's what I would say. So you see how we're forming since that pump up on Monday. We've just been trading in this range at the moment, which I don't really like. Good question. Where do you guys find my YouTube stream, by the way, just for those that are asking, that are live on stream? So yeah, we are definitely finding some support. Tesla's trying to balance again. Okay, Tesla trying to hold up here at middle of the range. We had a massive candle start of the range. So I am finding a little bit of a base here. I took a win on NASDAQ pre-market. I went over my trades today. Then a loss on YM, trying to play it off this level. And then I've got back in as we snap back higher. I really, really liked it. As we snap back higher like this. So I tried the longs of here, lost. but then we snapped back quite hard. And I really, really did like that. Are we basing out again? Good questions in the chat today, guys. Where did you, again, yeah, where did you find my stream? So our stream, after this, I'm going to be on ASFX TV, whereas I stream there every single day on my YouTube as well as ASFX TV. So I stream later on in the day normally on ASFX TV, but they do stream at other traders stream live at the open, but I'm always live on my YouTube and ASFX TV. That's where you can catch me. YouTube for free, and then ASFX TV is behind a paywall, but you can get a free month over there. The link's over here. I'll put it in the chat there. See how we're basing out here a little bit at these pre-market lows on ES. We did flush them a little bit on ES. NASDAQ is definitely coming off of them though. Interesting to know how you choose where anchor your view apps. I've tried key pivots to see, yeah, 100% Raz, 100% bro. So I use two VWAPs for my entry time frames. I use the daily VWAP, which is anchored from the overnight session. And then I use the New York session open VWAP. So it's anchored to a time-based. Daily open, so the session break for the VWAP auto anchored. Okay. And then I use the New York session open VWAP. And then from a high time frame perspective, I use the weekly VWAP, which is start of week VWAP anchored. Okay. Just save this template. So those are my two anchor points. We are definitely bottoming out here. I think shorts are a little bit trickier here. How's it? What's up, Bruce? Can you tell me why you wouldn't take the NQ bar looking to head back to VWAP? Just for your thought process of how you would eliminate potential trades and screen out possible new ones. So, I mean, you could definitely take the longs here. I would go on these longs here. You would just be fighting VWAP. You're trading underneath VWAP, underneath daily VWAP. So that's why I wouldn't take it right now. So you could go with a long like that on ES back up towards the VWAP. It definitely could play out. I mean, we have been bouncing from this level quite often, but I think that personally, you're just going to be fighting VWAP. That's all. Are you able to make the templates available down? Not sure if it's the same trading view as MT5. I'm not too sure if you can do that. I have no idea. You mean like share this template? Yeah, I'm not too sure you do that on TradingView. Yeah, I have no idea. No, I don't think you can, huh? Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I have no idea, bro. Jeez. Let's just save this template as. Save that. So that's the only thing with the as I said with the longs. You're fighting VWAP. I mean, you could definitely take the long on NQ. I think you want to be on like a lower time frame. You want to maybe get long like somewhere like over here because it is coming off that level, but you would just be fighting VWAP. So it's a tougher trade. You know, we have been respecting. If you even go to like a 5-minute chart, we have been respecting this level all session, even pre-market. So for price to be above the VWAP and SMA breaking above the orb, so price above, yeah, so price above VWAP and price above opening range high for longs, vice versa for the shorts. 100%. I'll keep it as simple as possible, right? Like, yeah, it's a. Do you feel there's value in the VWAP standard deviation bands? There probably is value. I mean, there's so many ways to make money in the markets. I personally just don't use it. I think it just overcomplicates everything. For me, I like to just keep it simple. So yes, I could definitely see there being value in it, of course. Do I use it? No. So that would have been a nice long off of that support level there. You could have gone like on that 5-minute close with a stop at the low, something like that. And then trade back towards VWAP like that, right? On NQ. Very rangy day today, that's for sure. So like Bruce, your question like that, you could have gone like that, 5-minute close like that, stop at the lows because that's where it would be invalidated, and then you're targeting VWAP again. So that's the trade that you could have taken. It's not my trade though, personally. I mean, you can play it, but it's not mine. Yeah, like on the champ account used the other day. Yeah, I'm not too sure about sharing of the templates. I'm not too sure if you can share them. But I have shown you what I do use, right? So like if I wanted to buy gold here, you can just take a buy like that. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy to get in and out of these trades on this GoChamp account. What's Bitcoin doing? Yeah, let's buy Bitcoin and see if we can get some longs here too. That'll be nice. Yeah, so I'm not too sure about it. No, the VWAP bans other days. Oh, that's his account. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. That's his account. I'm not too sure about those standard deviation. That's Ungod's account. I'm not too sure how to plot those and use those. That's more his trading style for sure. But I mean, you can even get it like this. You can go like that. VWAP auto anchored. You can put the bands like that. Like that. It's just not something that I use. So we are bouncing a little bit on the indexes here, guys. Does your VWAP setup work on others like Golden Oil? Yeah, you can use it there. But again, like I would say to you, Sean, focus on 1 or 2 assets. You don't want to be trading 10 different things. That's my opinion. Focus on 1 or 2 assets. So like for me, I only trade DAX, ES, NQ, YM, and a few of these Mag 7 stocks. I will swing trade broader stocks on the watch list. But from a day trading perspective, I only trade DAX, ES, NQ, YM, and then I will swing trade stocks as well. Could you take a quick look at H1, see what it says for the day? Yeah, so it's going to be printing majority of the day short bias. Majority of the day is going to be saying short bias because the first hour was bearish. So, yeah. Then again, I still bought YM. All right, I made money. I lost the first one, but I won the. Sorry, I lost the first round YM, and then I won the second one. So again, there's my trades. Okay, $5,000 on the day. NQ longs, YM longs loss, and then a win. So I took the NQ longs like that, pre-market, and then I took a loss, but managed it very well, and then got back in for over 100 points. So that was nice. Yeah, Sean, I would say focus on like 2 assets max. Especially if you're like not struggling with consistency. I think as soon as it's like jack of all trades, master of none, right? You want to focus and keep it as simple as possible. Yeah, good questions on the chat, guys. Let's go back to NQ. Let's try a short on this NQ on this GoChamp account. Or close those, but those gold longs or Bitcoin longs. Let's try a short on NQ, right? Off of this level, we'll try a short just to keep it small. I think as smaller cap guys seek to look for bigger moves, but it's all about taking small chunks of the markets. Really makes those big moves these days. Yeah, you don't need to catch massive moves in the market, right? You really don't need to catch massive moves in the market. Just take your base hits every single day. And then again, that's why you have these um you have these prop firm accounts that you can actually use to scale your trading, you know. Then it makes the smaller moves actually quite big. Because then you don't need massive moves, right? So trying a short here off this level of VWAP back down to the lows. Let's see what we do get. I'm done on my main account so for the day. Just trying a scalp. Don't like how we're basing out here, I must say. How is the focus I needed to enter on 1 minute or you stick to? So I mainly enter on the 5 minute. I think that helps me. But I do drop down to the low time frames from it. But I think a lot of new traders will be doing better if they don't look at the low time frames too much. Can maybe also actually short ES since it actually did break the lows. Let's actually place a trade on ES as well. Short. Don't like how we bottoming out though. So I'll leave it for now. I'm up on this account for the day, so see where actually the leaderboard is. Let's go like that. What's the guys on the leaderboard doing today? Okay, I'm ranked second. Nice. Well, that's always good. Gee, some of these oaks are swinging it hard, but on the day I'm ranked second, so we'll take that. I think we actually could be seeing the longest comeback in play right now, at least for now. Be interesting. Thanks for insightful replies, man. The only other viewer mentioned your VWAP strategy. Did you outline your strategy earlier? And something I think you've revealed the edge. I was just wondering. There's, in my opinion, as a discretional trader, the edge is in the trader. If the strategy was the edge, let me find a quote. We can actually speak about this. From market experience, I can tell you exactly how I trade, but you got to find it then for yourself as well in terms of like building the discipline. Let me find this picture for you. I share everything, right? There's no as a discretional trader, I think it's all down to the trader. But let me share this thing and why I say that. There we go. Let's share this. That should be coming up now. There we go. This is Tom Dante, right? A great prop trader for many, many years. If the edge was fully the strategy, everyone learning it would be banking. That is never the case. The edge is new as the trader. It always has been and always will be. There we go. It always has been and always will be. If the edge was fully in the strategy, everyone learning it would be banking. That is never the case. The edge is new as the trader. It always has been and it always will be. So there's my rant for the day. And Tom Dante, great follow on Twitter. Been a prop trader for many, many years. On the M5, you follow candlestick panels, just close above the levels. Close above my levels. I do look at like engulfing candles and that type of thing if you want. Yeah, I think that's a great segment. So we actually are green now. We can maybe try. I'll try a short on ES. Why not? Try a short on ES as well. So, yeah. Took a small long on oil today, 1.2K risk. Was expecting to pop because of news. It went up to 8K, hit first resistance instead of closing it respect. Yeah, close. Don't need to try and find the biggest move every single day, bro. That's for sure. Every day is going to be different. Every day will be different. But then again, like, how many times do you trade oil in a day? That's also like will be my question. Oil very volatile. Look at that. Jeez, went down to 82, now back up to 6%. And jeez. Yeah, great quote. I agreed. I mean, I'll tell you exactly how I trade. I got nothing. I want other people to win and make money trading. We can all win together. Let's have a look here. We're coming back down. So we're just chopping around right now. We are just chopping around right now. So I'll get out of these. I'm up on the day quite nicely. So what am I up? 359 on this account today. I want to apply your strat on the H1. I really can't look at quick time frames or freak out. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Have a look at it. I mean, low time frames just induce so much over trading. I personally find it just induces so much over trading. I think low time frames mess a lot of new traders up personally. Yeah, we still are respecting those lows, opening range lows. So it wouldn't be a bad position, but I just don't like how we're basing out here. Like, look at the 15-minute time frame. Okay, look at the 15-minute time frame. How we're starting to base out here. Very, very strong support level. Very, very strong. At a very, very strong support level. Yeah. You can still use the H1 with you can still use the H1, but maybe you wouldn't really have to use the orb then because you'll be trading on a higher time frame. So maybe you'd use like market structure with like weekly view app and stuff like that for stuff on the higher time frames. So yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I swing trade stocks mainly on the high time frames, and that tends to help. So any questions in the more questions in the chat? I think it's been a really, really good stream. Always appreciate being live with you guys. See how we're coming off after that weekly view app now as well. Any other questions, Bruce, your side? Spawn. Let me know. What are your goals for this year in trading? Honestly, I just take one day at a time. One of my, I have a couple of goals. One, I had at the start of the year can put out over here, but one of my goals for 2026 was get on the FTMO scaling plan and max funded with the FTMO. So that was one of my goals for 2026. Get on the FTMO scaling plan and get max funded with the FTMO. So those are two of my goals this year. And then just take it one day at a time. Good questions, bro. And I've already reached the FTMO scaling plan, so now I'm just going to get max funded. Right. Yeah, we are definitely basing out. Yeah, that's for sure. NQ coming back up now. YM as well. Yeah. Perfect, guys. I've got to head off in the next couple of minutes. We'll see you guys all on stream tomorrow, same time with GoChamp. Make sure to check out GoChamp. The link is over here. Okay, let's get that up. So another nice trading day, just stacking the wins together and just taking one day at a time. What does FTMO offer futures? They don't. They only offer CFDs, but you can trade futures like the S&P, everything like that. So you can trade everything that is offered there. What stops you from getting 10 famous accounts and running the trade copy? Yeah, I mean, I have 5 accounts right now. So yeah, I've got a trade copy and running it up there. So that's why my P&L this month has been bigger, because I'm copy trading compared to last month. So yeah. I do think though that sometimes copy trading does bring in a lot of like psychological stuff. But yeah, at the moment I'm copy trading to 5 accounts. Yeah, and I'm still trading obviously my own personal brokerage account as well. But yeah, guys, I've got to head off in the next 2 minutes. Appreciate you guys as always. And yeah, I hope that you guys have great rest of the trading day. I'll see you guys all on tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you guys there. Any other last questions before I leave? Perfect, guys. I'm going to head off. I'll see you guys all then. Cheers.